he deserves it. That's right, man. Yeah, quality time with the wife. What the heck's that about, man? Also, gamepad. Get the gamepad. This game is way better with controller. Way better with controller. Mouse, like, or WASD is fine, but gamepad's where it's at, man. Gamepad is where it's at. Also, I guess it defaulted to just the default fella, which is fine. Yeah, Farsight says, no canceling allowed. Never, never, ever. Woo! Go ahead and move that mouse off screen. Actually, I wonder, are there mouse controls? Could I control it with the mouse? No, you cannot. Okay. Yeah, what's up, Will? Yeah, streaming while in a relationship? Imagine. So cringe, man. So never heard of Fold and Fly. You'd be forgiven. This is a fairly obscure title. It came out back in, I want to say July of this year, so it's relatively fresh. If you ever played or heard of Superflight, it's kind of like Superflight. And like I said, we streamed it for a couple hours, like maybe about 2 hours. At the end of the stream on Sunday, and I was really impressed by it. I'm still impressed by it. It's a really cool little game. It's all procedurally generated, as you can kind of guess, just based on what you're kind of seeing here. All procedurally generated, and there's not like, I mean, there's kind of goals, kind of sort of, you know, your goal is to like get a good score, and you get a good score by doing daring maneuvers, going through narrow corridors, picking up these little extra star majiggies. You get multipliers by picking up the dragonflies. However, I'm a little bit concerned about getting that one. I'm gonna go for this one. Yeah, we did it. So if you get 2 dragonflies, you go to the next portal. You go to the next, like, the next area, the next, like, major dimension area. Oh, I already had 2 of them. Never mind. So yeah, so the portal opens up. Now in the top right, it says ×3. We have a ×3 multiplier. So as we collect these little star fellows, we get 1,500 points instead of just 1,000 like we did in the previous zone. So when you first load up a new run, you get 500 points per completion, and then you go through a portal that gives you a ×2. Then it becomes a 1,000 point completion, or a ×3, so it's 1,500. We're about to get a ×4. We'll go through this portal. In the top right, it says ×4. So now if I complete a star run, it's going to say bonus 2,000. Look at that. So the whole dealio is you're trying to just get a high score and be a gamer and be having fun and being a cool dude. And as you go, as you can kind of see, we're getting numbers just kind of as we go, like, kind of through. Oh, I smacked into the asteroid. As you kind of go through narrow spots, you do get points for, like, pulling daring maneuvers and surviving them. Of course, I didn't survive that one. But yeah, as you go through cool little narrow spots, you're rewarded. You're rewarded by being a cool guy. A cool guy having a chill day. So yeah, we got 277 for, like, kind of going through some stuff there. If I go right through here, well, I got some extra points because I completed the star thingies. But yeah, if I kind of zip around here, you can see, yeah, if it's, like, really narrow, you get, like, big points. So very similar to Superflight. Superflight came out probably like 5 or 6 years, actually maybe more like 6 or 7 years ago. I think the game's like a little bit older, and it's very good. Superflight's very good. The difference with that game and this game is that this game is all about, under the guise at least, of paper airplanes, which means you have a few different models of airplanes, and I really do mean just a few. So to be clear, we have that one, and then like the jet airplane, and then like the wide boy, like the bomber airplane. I'm a fan of the default and the jet. Let's play the jet a little bit. This one's fast, but less good handling, but it's real fast. And I like them both. I don't love, like, the wide boy. I don't love the wide fella. He's not as... I mean, the handling is nice, but the crappy speed means, like, you have fewer options when it comes to trying to like, go for uppies. Because if you go for uppies too much, you will like bottom out, or not bottom out, but you will stall out, and you kind of have to like catch your glide back before you can like really truly regain control. The wide fella, it's like he stalls so easily. It's kind of hard to work around. I mean, the maneuverability is great, but it's almost not worth it. I like the fast fella, and I like the default boy. But yeah, Superflight, instead of what this game does, which is all about paper airplanes, Superflight is all about like wingsuits. And it's cool, and it has a similar thing going on where as you go through narrow passages, you get points, and you're trying to go for high scores. Like, that part is maintained, but I don't think, at least, that game has the bonus stars. I don't think it has, like, the portals you go through. I think there are different biomes, but I think it's not quite the same. I think it doesn't quite bring as much to the table, necessarily. Ooh, I smacked in the wall. So it's a pretty cool little game. This is one of those games where, yeah, it's fun to kind of pop in, play for half an hour or so. There are achievements. There are leaderboards. It does track your high score. I don't know if I can show my high score right now, but whenever I die, it shows the high score, which is kind of cool. And it's procedurally generated, which means, well, and not just that, but also the levels are truly endless. They're truly endless. If I just went straight, just down forever, I mean, I guess the game could eventually crash, but generally speaking, there's no like bottom, there's no floor. If you miss a really cool opportunity to get a good score, to get a good like score bonus, or to go through these the dragonfly guys to unlock the next levels. Like if I were to not get this one, I wouldn't go, oh shit, I'm screwed, what am I gonna do? I would go, all right, no problem, I'll just go down a little bit more and more will spawn inevitably. And once you've gained what you need to spawn a portal, if you miss the portal, like right there, I missed the portal, oh shit, I'm dead forever and I'm screwed, just kidding, another one will spawn. So there's no issues of like running out of like areas to explore, or biomes to get your rocks off, to get your objectives completed. That being said, this biome frequently kills me. I frequently die in this biome because I always attempt daring maneuvers when I should not. Also, asteroid belt and the vertical columns, scary shit. No, it's a cool little game. I like it. It's a budget title. It's $4 when full price on Steam. I think we looked the other night, and Super Flight was like 50 cents the other night. I don't know if it still is, but Super Flight was like bazonka-zonk cheap. I should just go down. Yeah, it's like whatever this is, I'm not gonna try to navigate through it. It gets scary. It's scary and complicated. I think we got a line here. Woo, we got one. And I'm playing on gamepad right now. It does work with WASD, and I'd imagine it should work with most flight sticks. I would assume if your flight stick is registered as an input device, you should be able to use it. There's no other buttons. It's just analog stick is all you need. So like there's no like boost button, there's no accelerate, brake, there's no roll, no yaw, none of that shit. You're just controlling. You're just controlling, and this is a classic case of is this a flying game, or hit you with the Toy Story quote, is it just falling with style? Because again, there's no propulsion, there's no flapping, there's no like, I mean, you can gain a little bit of altitude, like a little bit, but you shit out pretty quickly there. So you can only do so much. Is it a flying game, or is it a gliding game? Falling with style, right? But it's good. It's fun. It's simple. It's to the point. The game came out, like I said, a couple months ago. I don't know if there's plans to add more to the game. There's only just a few models of paper airplanes. I don't know if they would ever add more, if there's like cosmetics. I don't know if there's more that the devs want to do, but what's here right now is pretty neat. I did get a review key for this game through Keymailer. So, full disclosure there, I didn't just scoop it up out of nowhere. I applied for a review key and I got one, which is nice of them. But I do think it's good. I do think it's good. And sometimes if you're anything like me, you kind of want to play a game, but you don't want to like, oh shit, like I gotta launch the thing, I gotta like remember where my save is, I have to remember the controls. It's been a while since I played this game. Oh god, like you end up in that kind of situation, that kind of like choice paralysis. And this is one of those games where you can just fucking toss it in. It's like, fuck it, man. The controls are so simple. There's no progress you're trying to like reclaim. There's no like, oh god, what was the story? How do I play this shit? It's real simple, real easy. And you're not really meant to play it for super long periods of time. It's kind of meant to be just a quick and dirty little guy. And I'm a quick and dirty little guy. That's why Gracie married me. Okay, no, she married me because of my juicy ass, but also because I'm a cool little guy. That's what I tell myself. Speaking of like, we were talking about going through daring maneuvers. I feel like going through daring maneuvers in this game is not always a good idea, but it looks really cool. I feel like it looks cool just going through these little gaps. Woo! It's scary too, because like it's very easy to just eat shit and eat piss and shit fuck and eat ass. It's very easy to just like overdo it and get got. but it looks so satisfying when you like pull off some cool maneuvers. And I feel like the procedural generation that's going on here like really encourages, look how narrow this gets, oh shit, really encourages trying to seek out these opportunities, like just kind of drink in the whole world, the worlds that it's making for us. Portal. Woo! Alright, so we have 2 dragonflies. Portal is open. It's gonna be purple. Hell yeah. Got chill music too. Yeah, I don't actually know what they're doing for the music. I mean, it could be AI generated. It hopefully isn't, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, the soundtrack is chill. It's, you know, it's very, really, everything about this game is like very inoffensive. It's just like, it's chill, it's relaxing. I think the game looks pretty. I did turn down some of the settings just because it was a bit much when I first popped the game on. So I will confess, if you have a less than, if you don't have like a, say, medium category computer, not top of the line, but like just an average, maybe an average or slightly elevated average computer, you might have a hard time with like achieving delicious 60 FPS. That being said, there is, I don't know if I can look at it right now. I guess I can look at it right now, but there is a an options menu that allows you to change to like from ultra to high to low graphic settings. So there is some additional tweakage you could do if you felt so inclined. Where are we at right now? We're at a ×7. We're at a hot ×7 multiplier. Can I get this guy? Woo! That was risky, but I fucking did it, baby. Daring maneuvers, and we got big points. I'm going through the portal. Give me that ×8 combo, baby. So now, like I was saying earlier, what are we at? We're at a ×8, so that means this will be like... Did I get it? I didn't quite get it here. Let's go. Let's see what the combo is. Is it 40,000? No, 40,000. Just 4,000. But still, yeah, combo is 4,000. Whereas last time we were looking at was like 1,500. So, and again, it's because of the multiplier we have going. The multiplier we have going right now from going through so many portals. I'm at the rock. Ooh, that's okay. That's okay. I'm dead. We'll do one more run. We'll do one more run. One more good run. Then we'll jump over to Demon School. How's that sound? Yeah, very cool little game. You can see my high score that I've ever gotten is 840,000. I think we got up to a ×16 multiplier when I was streaming this game on Sunday. And yeah, that's the one thing too. I was saying how it's one of those games where you can't really like, I mean you could, but it's a lot less likely for you to just game for like 12 hours playing a game like this. It's not the kind of thing that it's like really meant for you to like binge and just play a fuck ton of for like super long sessions, super long sessions. But what I will say is that it is really satisfying and it's fun trying to like get a good run going. Like right now, this is like the first, you know, the first go around of a run. So I'm like wanting to be a little bit more daring because there's less on the line. But yeah, once you kind of get a good run going, you get the momentum. It's a pretty cool feeling. It's like, oh shit, like there's like, we're doing it for realsies, no dealsies. I would say visually, I'm a big fan of like sci-fi cityscapes. So I love how the vertical columns look. I think it's such a cool look. But yeah, this biome is probably the hardest one. This is one that kills me the most. Also, I like the detail where like whenever you're like against the wind. Well, maybe that's not the right word. It's not so much against the wind. I think there is no wind per se. I don't think there's really wind necessarily, and like headwinds or tailwinds or like things that can buffet you. I don't think there's anything like that. But I will say that whenever you have a biome where there's precipitation, whether it be rain or snow, I like the detail where you can see, if you don't move, you can see the wings are kind of, they're kind of getting flip-flapped a little bit. They're getting a little bit yam-yammed. They're getting a little bit ding-donged. So that's like just a cool little visual indicator. Maybe, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it always does that, but I feel like it's more pronounced when there's precipitation. All right, can I go through this little opening right here? Woo! Now the tricky thing is that the dragonflies aren't always spawning. And I couldn't figure out last time if that's a matter of just being in the world long enough, if it's a score thing, if it's true RNG. I think it might be true RNG because there are times where we'll load into a new biome and there are dragonflies instantly available. And then there are times where I'm just going for like a minute or two. It's like, man, nothing's spawning. So it's hard to say. Also, this is very sparse. I've never seen one this sparse before. If I just go down here, this is the great wide open right now. Into the great wide open. Into the skies of blue. The great wide open, a rebel without a clue. Okay, there's another one. Although it's right next to a rock. Okay, that was very generous hit detection. Very generous collision detection on that dragonfly. Good. This one, let's bring us to a searing hot ×4. Searing hot. So we got fucking all asteroids. Seems like most levels, most biomes rather, have like some, or maybe, no, I would say levels is the right word here. Most levels have some combination. It's like asteroids, like clusters of asteroids like this, and then also vertical columns, or those cool like green, almost Minecrafty looking kind of rectangular platforms, and snow platforms, like snow cubes, or like the desert, like kind of like the more canyon looking fellers, and I don't know, like it's always like, it's usually like 2, maybe 3 clusters of things. And actually what might be happening here is that we might have rolled like different kinds of asteroids, because I see like obviously some like dark clusters, but I think that maybe it's like different shades, or actually maybe like different textures. It's not exactly clear to me, but anyway, I think we got an opportunity here. Woo! We did it. We fucking did it. So now, gonna dip down a little bit so I can try to catch a portal coming out of here. There we go. A little bit dangerous, a little scary going through these portals when you can't see what's behind it, but I've never been screwed over by like a portal clipping into a collision, and I like go through the portal but then get bopped. I've never had that happen, so I think the game is pretty smart about its portal placements. Even though it's procedurally generated, I've yet to be screwed over. I have seen dragonflies spawn in dangerous positions, but you can just, you know, you can usually see ahead of time what you're getting yourself into. See a dragonfly in a questionable spot, you can usually, especially if you play the game for an hour or two, you can start to figure like, ooh, like that one right there, nah, it's not worth it. Like, was it kind of inside the wall? Yeah, kinda, but you could see from afar that it was perhaps a little risky. Here we go. Yeah, it's like you want to try the ones that are like fairly out in the open, fairly low risk. I mean, or that is if you want to be, you know, smart and be about survival, or if you want to be a daring lad or lady. Yeah, for that one I'd have to gain more altitude. If you want to be a daring lad or lady, try to find one that requires some needle threadage. But generally speaking, if you're trying to preserve, if preservation is the flavor that you're pursuing, then that's what you want to stick with. Portal will bring us to a delicious ×6. Delicious. Speaking of daring maneuvers, I just saw a little opening here, and I don't really need to go through it. Ooh, is this risky? Oh, yes, it was risky, but we fucking did it. Fortune favors the bold. Fortune favors the bold. Well, I was about to say, I buried the lead on the joke. Fortune favors the bold. Ooh, might even favor the bald sometimes. Check back with me in a couple years. We'll see how my hairline continues to recede. Receding hairlines not do me any favors. It favors the bald, yes. Here we go. Another portal, nice and quick, nice and easy. Lucky number 7. I think 7 is what I couldn't get past last time. I like kept dying on like ×7 multipliers. Couldn't get my dick together, man. It was like I just kept dying over and over. You think I'd learn my lesson after a while? And because the hope was to get to a ×10. I want to see what happened, if anything, once you get past ×10. And we did, and we got to a ×16, and I got my highest score. Ooh, this is scary. Oh, is that? Yeah, see, there you go. There you go. You see what I mean? Yeah, that got a little scary there. A little bit scary. I said that was my last one. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Partly because I really want to make sure I get, like, you know, my, like, proper credit for the coverage. Since we didn't get the proper coverage earlier, I really want to make sure I'm doing this right. So I see I've been live for 35 minutes, and the first 10 minutes of that was, you know, just kind of getting stuff set up. But I'm trying to be a good boy, a good streamer boy. vertical columns, man. They're so scary. And the fact that, like, I'm sure you can see it too. There's the vertical columns, and then there's like little like struts kind of like popping out of the sides and from the fronts. Woo, that was risky, but I fucking did it. And of course, also there's like very little stakes because it's only the first biome anyway. Not as much writing on this. Yeah, there's little protrusions. We get more of them. Those little protrusions make them scary. Boink. Earlier it was a plus 500, now it's a plus 1000 when you complete those combos. As you can imagine, the way to get like big scores is to get big multipliers. I know there's an achievement, there's a handful of achievements in the game, and one of them is getting a high score that is higher than the developers. And the developer's high score is like 186 million. It's something just completely bazonkers. And what was my high score? I think my high score is like 800,000. So like I got like kind of close to 1 million, but like that was from a run that lasted for probably a solid, probably like a solid half hour, honestly. It was a pretty darn good and lengthy run. And again, it's a times 16 multiplier, which is great and all. But yeah, it's like for big money like that, gotta pull some gamer moves, man. And then look at that, the third biome in a row to feature vertical columns. Oddly enough, I don't know if I've seen vertical columns and like Minecraft platforms all together before. That's kind of cool. Interesting juxtaposition of like kind of city-esque looking vibes, like sort of city inspired, maybe not city, but like cityscapes, kind of, but with also like Minecraft, like nature, cubism. I shouldn't be. I was gonna say I shouldn't be like flying this close to the sun. I don't need to be playing that dangerous. But I see these little openings. It's like, oh, I want to fly through it. I see an opening. I want to fly through it. I want to pull like cool gamer moves. I want to be a cool gamer. Is that so wrong? Is that so wrong to want to be a cool gamer? Here's what happens too, right? You start up the game. You go, all right, I'll just do one more run. I'll just do one more. You saw what has already happened to me, right? I said that was my last one. And here I am firing it up again. It's like one more like real run. Or rather, maybe I'll do what I did last time. I'll say, I want to get ideally, I'll do it this way. The first one that gets me to or past round 7. Multiplier times 7. Because multiplier times 7 is when I kept dying last time. We'll have that be my goal this time. If I can get to a times 7 multiplier again, that'll be where I call it. And I won't play like a dumbass. I mean, I'm kind of playing it like a dumbass right now. Oh my god, where am I going? Where am I going? I'm just going into a fucking endless hole. It looks so cool. It looks so cool when you're like threading that needle and going through these just impossibly tight spaces. In these areas that shouldn't exist. Who built all this? Where did all this come from? You know, how is this even happening? How is this even physically possible? And of course it's not. It's not physically possible because it's a video game. Like this shit right here. It's like, it's so cool. Woo! Now what's unfortunate is that like you pull off some really daring maneuvers and it looks cool as fuck and it feels cool as fuck, and then you look at your score, you're like, yo, that was such a sick fucking move. I bet I got 1,000,000 points. And it's like, oh, you got 1,000 points from that really dope ass like tight little sequence you just pulled off. Like, okay, that was cool. And then you get like a few more of these little like star thingies and you get that many points again really easily and really safely. So on the one hand, the game kind of encourages you to play a little bit dangerous, but doesn't really reward you thusly for your daring escapades. So as cool as it is, it's like I feel like the payment isn't commensurate with the risk. The risk that goes with it. Now, right now, the scores we get from completing the star combos is not that exciting. But, like, yeah, you get, like, to a times 10. Suddenly, 500 turns into 5,000. It's actually pretty dense. More dense than I'm used to with this biome. Ooh, look at that. That's a cool little line right there. Hopefully it stays open. It does not stay open. I'm just going to go down. A pretty tough biome, honestly. It's, like, very congested cubes. bit scary. But we got the second one. Let's get me the fuck out of here before I die a 14th time to this zone. So I think that one was like another double roll. It's like double cubes. Double cubes, and earlier we of course had double asteroids. Now we got regular old cubes and the verticular fellers. The vertical boys. That pedestal, or that strut. Strut my stuff. So like to kind of demonstrate, if I go right through here, we get about 1,000 points. 1,000 points in that little maneuver, and then I fly through this guy, I get 1,000 points. Like, it's just, it really is not matching with the level of coolness or the level of danger that included these maneuvers. So that's kind of my one maybe complaint about this game. Is I wish like pulling during maneuvers was more rewarding, or even better, if it's somehow multiplied off of the multiplier that's in the top right. Because I think the top right multiplier, the ×3, only applies to little star combos. I don't think it applies also to your daring maneuvers. Or if it does, I haven't like seen... I don't see anywhere where that game does that kind of calculation. And I remember trying, even when we got to like a lot like higher order levels, I'm not gonna try that one. I never saw the multiplier get applied. Like we're at a ×4 right now. I'll try kind of that same thing I did earlier. Try that same kind of thing where I just kind of dive down through some of these things. Like here's a real close one. So that was a little bit longer. Yeah, a little bit over 1,000. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure that we would have that multiplier was applied. It's felt pretty samesies. Oh yeah, so unfortunately, that's kind of one unfortunate knock against the game. Doing tricks in a Tony, right? Exactly. Yeah, have it where the multiplier applies, and you know the score kind of blows up from there. Now, of course, the point economy would then favor pulling during maneuvers, but I don't know. I almost kind of feel like that's the point of a game like this. So as a result, you know, for somebody who's trying to go for high scores, they're going to be less likely to pull during maneuvers. They're going to want to play it really, really safe. And, you know, maybe that's more the point. Maybe, you know, Super Flight, the only way you get scores, I think at least, I've played the game a very small amount, so I don't know for sure, but I think the only way you get points in Super Flight is by going through really narrow passages, like really, really narrow passages, such as this one. Another one? Ooh, that's a little risky. That star combo. Ooh, I'm kind of flying off here. There we go. So maybe the idea is to focus less on the daring tricks and like a flashy maneuvering, and maybe more about just being chill, just trying to go through like the open areas. I don't know. But then at the same time, then why spawn those things? And also why give you points at all if you're going through them? I don't know. It'd be nice to have both. Alright, it's ×6, so I think if I go through one more portal and then I die, then we're gonna switch games. I think that's the dealio. That do be the dealio, yo. It was a little bit eerie when you're going, and you're just kind of going, and you're like, yeah, there's nothing spawning behind me, or like underneath me. What the hell? I don't think the game ever bottoms out. I don't think the game ever is like, oh, you've reached the end of the level and you didn't get a dragonfly. Fuck you, you're dead. I don't think that can happen. I mean, the game, maybe it can crash. I don't know. I've yet to have it crash on me. Been good to me so far. Life's been good to me so far. So I don't know for sure, but it wouldn't shock me if, like, you know, there was technically a limit. But I think, generally speaking, yeah, you're in the clear. One down there. Do I want to risk it for the biscuit? Yeah, I'm not sure it's worth it. We are at the ×7 mark. So we're at that point now where, you know, you might start to play it a little bit safe, because if I die here, we're switching games, and then we'll never play this game ever again in my entire life. I'm uninstalling it forever. Just kidding. No, it's a good game. I'm of course I'm kidding. It's a quality game. It's simple. It's easy. Well, it's not easy. It's easy to pick up. Easy to pick up, but difficult to master. It's very fun, and I think it looks good. Looks good, sounds good. There's a lot going for this game. you know, if you wanted like a simulator game, I mean, it simulates. I would say it simulates like the gliding physics pretty well. So to that end, yeah, it's a simulator, you know, kind of sort of. But you know, the environments, of course, aren't realistic. You know, if you wanted something that was more simulatory and you know, and you didn't like fun, then yeah, then this game might be kind of not up your alley. Yeah, I mean, for the kind of person that would say, ugh, I don't want to fuck with this pedestrian shit, give me like a real simulator any day, they wouldn't even look at this game. They'd be, you know, up their ass with Microsoft Flight Simulator and call it a day. But and that's not to like talk shit on Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's a cool series, but you know, a game like this and a game like that offer very different kinds of experiences. They're after different markets. This is more like the, I don't want to say casual crowd, but more like the, you know, fart around in a game for 30 minutes at a time kind of crowd, not the invest $1,000 in an incredibly realistic flight stick with all these amazing buttons and doodads and whirligigs, and you know, have that be a significant focus. Would like a dragonfly fella, a little dragonfly duders. And for one that can fit the bill, one that can fit the bill, the William, fit the billion. And on the one hand, I want to play it safe and be a good boy. On the other hand, the masculine urge to see a crevasse and fly through it because it looks cool and it gets dark and scary, like it's pretty cool. It's very satisfying crevasse. Will I end up on the other side or am I dead? Uh-oh, it's getting dark. I know we're good. I got scared. I was like, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck. After all that, we got like 1,000 or some points. Like, it's not a lot of points, but it looks so cool. It looks so cool. That's so much more important than, you know, than numbers. That being said, the numbers though are pretty cool. With that, on to the next level change. Woo! At a ×9, and the music changes too. Love it. Oh, we got the purple sky, purple haze, all in my brain. Can I get it? Oh yeah. Here's a. You know what? I'm gonna say that one looks like a decently low-hanging fruit. Yes, sir. We got there. A little bit extra points for our troubles. For our troubles with tribbles. Those little like vortex-looking things. Those just give you a little speed boost. I don't think they give you points. And also that if you fly through one in like an upwards angle, if I can demonstrate it, you don't like. Yeah, it's like you don't. Yeah, you kind of saw it there. You can't really use it to like gain velocity, or if you did, it would be very temporary. So it really is just a speed boost. There's no points associated to it, I don't think, at least. This is a little scary. I don't know if I like how dense this is. This is a little bit scary. I don't know if I love this, but there we go. Kind of opens up a little bit. Yeah, just a speed boost, just for being flashy and cool. Nothing that impressive about them on their own. But like, and yeah, you can't like use them. You can't like utilize them to go like, oh shit, I want to just go up a little bit. I want to like gain some altitude. There's not like a great way to do that reliably, because yeah, you're a paper airplane. You're always trending downwards no matter how you slice it. A lot of dragonfly opportunities, however, I think I see. Yeah, I don't know if I love how dense all these are. This might be one where daring maneuvers is part of game plan. It's part of the deal, part of the cost of doing business. I'm gonna choose one. It's gonna be this one right here. One. Didn't actually want that speed boost, but we fucking did it. Better for worse, we fucking did it. Get some extra pointies. That one's looking decent. Ooh, scary. It was scary, but we fucking got there, baby. Woo, mama. There we go. There we go. So that's where the game like gets intense. Pulling those little maneuvers. Again, it feels really satisfying. Don't know if I've actually seen the like brown mist before, like the sandstorm. We got the Darude sandstorm kind of deal going on right now. It's kind of cool. the visual thing, but yeah, I don't think I've seen like the brown kind of sandy fog. Best I can figure is that we got the sandstorm vibes. Get that one without shitting and bricking and bricking and shitting. Definitely get that one. That one's basically free. It's weird because sometimes I feel like as we go further into a run, you know, as the multiplier gets higher, is that the intensity and complexity of the levels that get generated get harder. Like this one is scary, I think. I think like the double asteroid is a scary one. That being said, though, we had just a really easy one. This last level, the one level we just came from. So I don't know. I don't know if it's like truly procedural generation and there's not like some sort of multiplier that encourages levels to be harder or more dense as you get further along. I don't really know. I can't really say confidently either way. All I know is that yeah, all asteroids is a little scary. A little scary having all asteroids. So I'm gonna get. You know what? I'm gonna go for this one. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ouija time. Oh, okay. I don't want to go through the vortex because I don't want to go like extra fast necessarily. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is scary, man. It's like this. It's intense. Oh, but look at that. Got the guy. Did I get? Yes, I did. Ooh, it's dark. Oh, it's dark. I can't see. Oh fuck. Oh god. Okay, we got it. Ooh, mama. That was legit scary. It gets scary when you can't see the fucking sun. When you can't, or not so much you can't see the sun, but the light of the sun can't reach where you are. So you're kind of flying blind. That gets fucking scary. Goddamn. That's a thing I don't know if I ever really got to experience when you played this game a couple days ago. That's on Sunday. I probably stayed more into the open areas. So now that I'm like getting more bold and more daring. Oh shit, this shit, it's scurry. Scurry and intense. Good news is we're at a times 14, so I mean this is a good run. It's not as good as our best, but it's still pretty good. Oh, that was you probably saw what I was trying for. I was trying to like grab it and then dive, but I zagged. I zagged and I should have zigged. So that's Fold and Fly. It's a cool little game. It's a cool little game. I like it a lot. $4 on Steam. You can do a lot worse. You can do a lot worse with a lot more money, honestly. You could do a lot worse with a lot more money being spent than $4 to get you a cool little game like that. So that's Fold and Fly.